As the year 2018 to 2019 is coming to a close, it has been one that educated and left a mark. This past year has represented the continuance of political divides, speaking your truth, the major rise of gun violence, and fires rushing through California. Although this year brought along many new firsts, it also brought along many new challenges that our world had to learn how to cope with. From 24 school shootings to our president meeting with North Korea's, our world, nation, state, and town became more involved in what is happening. Starting off, in the beginning of the year, our president met with North Koreans for the very first time. This was a shock to our world and left us with a sense of security in our towns. Political divides became ambient as new questions and laws came out putting women's rights to test. Our world, nation, city, and town learned to speak for what they believe to be right through these new laws, fighting to not lose their freedom. The question if women should be leaders in combat came to rise. One, the controversial about Alabama's new abortion laws.
Banned abortion, making virtually every single abortion a felony, punishable by 99 years in prison for the doctor. Republican.
Another big news story was the hearing. Our nation was put to the test to believe sexual assault allegations on a Supreme Court runner. This is a major move in the #MeToo movement.
Students opened fire, children as young as kindergartners fleeing, and panicked parents waiting outside to find out if their kids were safe.
Here's what we know right now. One student.
Continuing into this year was the rise of gun violence again. 24 schools were shot up between the year 2018 to 2019, leaving it to students to protest what should be done. Young students became the target of our world's violence. This has been one of the most heartbreaking and worrying news in our nation throughout the year, leaving students in our world, country, state, and town to feel unsafe with questions, are we next?
We as students in a society where we are often silenced have come together because after long inaction and silence regarding gun violence and police brutality in our city, we have decided to speak up and take matters into our own hands.
These shootings, many students involved in them and constantly hearing about them learn to speak up for their rights and safeness. I decided to interview my friend Emmy because she's a student that attends school and it greatly affected students.
We've had a lot of school shootings this year, and it's awful that we've let it go on and on for this long without making any major change in what's happening, because no kid should ever have to go to class and think about their escape routes. I think it's up to us to make the change and to make school safer for ourselves, because I don't think that it's going to happen without our voice. So.
Malibu, a beautiful spot, one of the most beautiful in the country, but now it is up in flames.
Continuing on, the California wildfires became a nonstop story on news channels. Many homes were destroyed and lands became vanished. California had to come together in grief and take cautious measures in order to prevent the fires from happening again. These fires were a major shock to our country, state, city, and town, leaving us worried for what will happen next. Many of us also suffering from the smoke in our towns.
Wait, hold on. Okay, go crazy.
Yeah, it was devastating just seeing the absolute destruction and loss of life and property, and you just really felt for those people, and you hope that they can rebuild and that they can come back and have their homes and their families and their lives as quickly as possible. And we hope the government helps, and we hope that the Trump administration doesn't get in the way and stop things over politics.
In conclusion, this year brought new challenges and firsts that everyone was affected by. From protests for women's rights to California burning, our nation learned a lot this year.